Hello and welcome to The Wave of Things. My name is André Savitier. Today's episode will be not about music, but about another passion of mine, namely graphic adventure games. If you are not familiar with the genre of adventure games, it is like an interactive film. You interact with objects and people and try to follow a plot or try to change it by decision making. Ever since I played Monkey Island in the 90s, or Loom, or Broken Sword, I got hooked on this genre, and I find it a quite clever genre of computer games. Usually you have to use your brain. There are puzzles to solve, and to fit to the topic of the series of The Wave of Things, I chose games that have a dark or gothic atmosphere. When talking about gothic or dark atmosphere in adventure games, I definitely have to mention The Black Mirror, not to be confused with the Netflix series of the same name. The Black Mirror is from the early 2000s by a Czech developer team. It's about Black Mirror Manor. It's a castle in England, and we are playing the role of Samuel Gordon, the son of the owners, who returns after 12 years back home.
My unexpected return after more than 12 years gave them the freedom to ask all kinds of unspoken questions.
Because his grandfather allegedly committed suicide. He jumped out of his tower. Everybody thinks it was suicide except Samuel, and he starts to investigate. During this game, it becomes more and more creepy and supernatural. Also, Samuel finds a lot of uncomfortable truths about his own family. And the ending is also very surprising, because I won't tell you too much. The game is continued in part 2 and 3, with a different descendant of the Gordon family, who also gets involved in the family mystery. It has a better graphic. The soundtrack of the game is very good. It keeps you sucked into this atmosphere, and the graphics of the backgrounds are also very nicely drawn. The prime time of adventure games were the 90s. In the early 2000s it became kind of a niche, because graphics developed and other genres became more salient, but now they are coming more and more back, but not just all in very high-end modern graphics, but also some that make pixel adventures like they used to be in the 90s. One of them is Cathy Rain. It's from 2016. It's set in 1995, and Cathy Rain, the goth-looking girl, is looking into the mystery of her dead grandfather.
Well, here we are. God, I really need a smoke. Does anyone object? Guess not.
It's an independent production, and the developer named Twin Peaks as a source of inspiration.
Find out more about this.
You're welcome to try, dear. Some kind of closure would mean the world to me.
Okay, I think I'll head over to the sheriff's station for a little chat then. Would be nice to witness police doing some actual police service for once.
Another adventure game with a dark topic that I quite enjoyed is called Grey Matter. It is from 2010 and was written by Jane Jensen. In my opinion, one of the best, if not the best, scriptwriter in adventure games. She was also responsible for several other game stories. Grey Matter is about Samantha, who calls herself an ex-goth, although she still looks quite like a goth. And she wanted to go to London, to the Daedalus Club, because she's an aspiring magician and there she wants to become a master magician. But due to some reasons, she landed in Oxford.
So this is Oxford. Not bad.
I need to line up those students for the
where
experiment.
she became the assistant of the psychologist David, whose face is half disfigured due to a car accident where also his wife died. In the role of his assistant, Samantha has to gather several students to conduct some psychological experiments. The students have to imagine several things that strangely become true the next day. So is this all just a prank, or is it something paranormal? Samantha has to investigate. During the game, we also play partly with David, and he reminisces a lot about the love to his wife, to his lost wife. And it's also a very touching and sad story, and David is a very fascinating character. That was it for today about adventure games. I think I will make this more often, because there are still a lot of dark themed, gothic themed adventure games out there. As always, thank you very much for watching. See you next time.